catching spike is what you like to do, then grab a seat and come closer, because I'm about to show you a strategy that is going to make you profitable, and you're going to catch a lot of spikes using this strategy. Now let's dive straight into this video. We're going to be looking at a strategy that's going to help you catch spikes. Now if you want to catch spikes in boom, okay, you should be looking at what's the beginning of an uptrend, right? Okay, so for you to catch spike, ensure that price was previously trending downward. That is, it has been in a bearish trend. So like we have what you can see, bearish trend, right? You can see bearish trend. So if you are looking to catch spike, you should what firstly identify a bearish trend, that like price should be previously trending downward. Okay, then you then look for opportunity to what catch spikes. Now when you have identified a bearish trend, look out for when price hits what the support zone. Now like we have here, okay, we can see right here that this right here is a major support zone. Price has hit that level and there was liquidity grab right here. Can you see that? So price hits support zone. So when price has hit the support zone, all you have to do is position yourself and look out for opportunities to buy, to catch some spike. Now when you look at that support zone, let me zoom in. Okay, when you look at the support zone, can you see that? When you look at the support zone, you have to identify presence. That is, you have to see signs that are going to tell you that price is going to reverse. Now when you look at this zone right here, you can see those candles right there. They are telling you stories. Okay, they're telling you a story. Now firstly, we have indecision candles right there. We have indecision candles. Okay, if you don't know your candlesticks, you don't know their names, you don't know the functions, okay, you have to learn about candlestick patterns. Okay, well, I have a book on it. This book is well detailed and is going to teach you everything you need to know about candlestick pattern. Okay, so right here we have indecision candle, we have inverted hammer. Can you see that? All these signals what reversals. Okay, indecision candle tells you that currently there is no win. Okay, there's no winner. The bears are not winning, the bulls are not winning. Okay, that is, market is at a flat level. Okay, it's at a flat level. Nobody, the pressure is the same. Okay, so but having the inverted hammer right there, tells us that price is likely going to reverse. Now being that we have seen that price has hit the support zone, okay, price has hit the support zone and some reversal candlesticks are present at that zone. Okay, also we also saw liquidity grab. Can you see that? So price is likely what's going to reverse. Okay, so we're going to be using a combination of price action and combination of indicator. Like I just explained, I've explained the price action aspect that you need to apply. And also we're going to pull out our trend line. Okay, so if I pull out my trend line and I draw through the peaks, okay, I draw through the peaks of the price. Can you see that? Okay, you can see that price broke through this trend line right at this point. Can you see that? Now if you had met your price, if you have met the market trending downward like this, and you pull out your trend line and draw, you have identified the support zones. Okay, you have also seen liquidity. Mind you, you are not going to see liquidity every time. Okay, you won't see liquidity every time. Liquidity doesn't occur every time at every support or every resistance. It doesn't occur every time, but this one right here, we had liquidity. Okay, now we have identified that. What we had to do was to wait for price to break through this trend line. Can you see that? So when price broke through this trend line, what happened? It started trending upward. Now this is the price action knowledge that you need to apply if you want to catch spikes. Now if you need another confirmation, okay, using an indicator, I'm going to give you an indicator that is going to help you to To further confirm these things you have analyzed, the price action aspect, I'm going to give you an indicator that will confirm it now. So when price broke the trend line right here, okay, price broke the trend line right there, you can see that price started trending up. Okay, when it started trending up, right now it's currently having some retracement, and the reason is because when you look right here, there is a gap. There is an FVG gap right there. Can you see that? There's an FVG gap. There's an imbalance which is coming back to fill, and after it has filled this gap, it's going to continue trending up. Okay, this is a perfect setup that you can use to take your trade. Okay, now let me put up my indicator window to see if at this very zone right here, if it signaled that we can take a trade. Now let's pull up our indicator window. Okay, so right now I've pulled up my indicator window. Now can you see that? Now this indicator is going to further what strengthen your analysis. Can you see that? It's going to further strengthen your analysis. Now when you look at this indicator right here, you can see that right here it shows that it has reached what the support zones. So the indicator is going to help you know when you have reached the support zone. Looking at our indicator window, we have three indicators. Okay, we have the envelope. The envelope is the blue line and the red line. Okay, the blue line up and the red line down, and the red line down. That is your envelope. Okay, so the envelope is the blue line and the red line. Okay, this horizontal line, this horizontal, two horizontal line up and down, that is your envelope. And then we have the lines that are in between the envelope. Okay, we have the black and the red. Okay, the red is your MACD, the red line is your MACD, and then the black line is your moving average. Okay, so how does this indicator signal that it is time for you to catch spike? Now the moving average has to touch the lower band of the envelope, touch the red line of the envelope. Okay, that is the first sign that tells you that you have hit what a support level. Okay, and we can see that right here that we also have hit a support level right there. Now you have to wait for the moving average to start curving upward. Okay, it curves upward and it intercepts right here with the MACD. So as soon as it has intercepted with the MACD, you know that it is time for you to what take a trade. And when you look at the point at which it intercepted with the MACD, you can as well trace it upward to the trend line. That is the time which price broke the trend line and price started trending upward. Can you see that? The interception should align with the break in your trend line. Okay, if you use the trend line to mark out a change in direction, so the interception in your indicator window should what align with the break in your trend line. Can you see that? So this is a further confirmation that price is about to spike upward. So haven't seen this, all you have to do is to allow the first spike to occur like we always do. Okay, allow the first spike to occur. So once the first spike occur, you hop into the trade and you are going to make massive profit. Now like I told you that right here, price is going to come fill in this gap right here. Okay, it's going to come fill in this gap right here, and after that it will start trending up. Okay, and that is exactly what it's doing right now. If you notice right here, if you notice at this point, you can see rejection, right? Can you see that? You can see rejection candlesticks. That is the hammer signaling that price is about to start going up again. Okay, so this is how you have to use this strategy. You have to combine your price action knowledge, okay, by identifying the support and resistance, identifying your trend direction, using your trend line, and then you can now use your indicator to further affirm your assumptions. Now this is how to use the strategy. Now let me give you the setup of these indicators. Okay, now let's head over to our indicator window. Okay, so these are the indicators we are using for today, just three main indicators. Okay, we don't have any indicator on our main chart But if you want to, you can add the moving average to what identify change in trend. Okay, now the first indicator right here is the MACD. Okay, we have the MACD. The next is the moving average, and then the envelope. Now let's check out the setting of the MACD. So these are the parameters of the MACD. We have the fast EMA. Just take a screenshot of it, okay, so you don't forget. The fast EMA is 12, the slow EMA is 32, and the MACD SMA is 8. Can you see that? Then we have apply to close, okay. The levels, there are no levels. You apply to all time frame. And then for the colors, now the color, the style, the main has to be your what, your background color, okay. The main color has to be your background color, okay. But the signal is the color we are using. The signal has to be any color of your choice, okay. This is the signal right here. Okay, so you change the color if you want to, so make it any color that is visible on your chart. So that is it. After that, you click on save, and the next indicator is your moving average. We have period 1, shift is 0, method is simple, and apply to first indicators data. Apply to first indicators data. Take note of that, do not forget that. Okay, then you choose the style color, okay, make it any color you like, and make the line to be thick, that it will be very visible on your chart. Okay, so make it to be thick. Then the next one is your envelope. The envelope is period 20, shift is 0, and the deviation, which you have to take note of very well, very, very important. The deviation is 80 plus 100. 80 plus 100. Take note of that, it's very, very important. Then we have the method is simple, apply to close. Then the style, we have the default color, just use the default color. The upper band is blue, the lower band is red. So that is that for your envelope. You can take a screenshot of it so you don't forget, and after that you click on save. Okay, so that is the setting of our indicator. Okay, that is the setting of our indicator. Now let's head over to our chart. Let's see how we can also use this indicator towards cap, boom, and crash. Now I'm going to explain that when we head over back to our charts. And you can also use this indicator also on volatility indices. Okay, now stay with me as I show you how to apply that. Looking at our charts right here, and when I scroll backward, you can see that the indicator can also be used to scalp. Can you see that? It can also be used to scalp. And when you want to scalp on boom, you should be looking at selling, right? You should be looking at selling. So when you want to scalp on boom, first of all, you have to identify what? An uptrend. Okay, price should be trading upward first. Okay, then when price has trended upward, you have to do the same thing we did here. Pull up your trend line. Okay, pull up your trend line. Let's say we have price trending upward here. Can you see that? Can you see that? So I pull up my trend line and I draw a trend line to identify the uptrend, and after that I wait for a break of that trend line. Now when price broke that trend line, it came back to retest it right here. So when price broke the trend line here, it came back to what? Retest it before starting to head downward. Now when you look at the indicator window at this very point, you can see that the moving average touched the upper band, and thereafter it started trending downward, okay, and intercepted the MACD. So when it intercepted the MACD, that very point can be traced at which when price was retested the broken trend line. Can you see that? That was the very time price retested the broken trend line and then started what? Trending downward. So these are the points you have to hop into this trade, and when you hop into this trade after this retest, you're going to make massive profit, guys. Can you see that? So this is how to use the strategy to scalp, boom, and crash. So that is just how to use the strategy. Okay, now I want you to go back to your chart and backtest the strategy. See if it correlates with what I just explained. Tell me the results of how you used it. Okay, now if you got value from this video, I want you to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and share this video to your friends that need great trading strategies. Thank you for watching. Bye.